Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to the channel, besties. Today is Tuesday, a beautiful day to absolutely lose our collective minds over the latest Genoa City drama. Grab your iced coffees, lock your bedroom doors, and settle in, because we have a massive, chaotic update to unpack together, and I need you all to be fully present for this. My jaw is literally on the floor right now. I am sitting here in my bedroom. It is literally 3 a.m. My eyes are completely bloodshot from staring at the screen, and I am legitimately shaking, because if I do not trauma dump this entire episode onto you guys right this second, I am going to spontaneously combust. Besties, we need to hold a literal intervention right now for the writers, the characters, and honestly for the entire fandom, because the latest drop just sent me into an absolute tailspin. I have been obsessed with this franchise since the Stone Age. I remember watching this on a box TV with a literal antenna, but the sheer level of unhinged chaos they just unleashed on us, I am spiraling. I am not here for a civil debate today, okay? I am here to spill the piping hot tea, stand my problematic faves, and absolutely roast the plot holes that are making my blood boil. Let's just dive straight into the deep end, because my brain is basically a buffering wheel of pure panic. First of all, let's talk about the absolute jump scare that is Patty Williams trying to run a PR campaign on Billy Abbott. Are you joking right now? Patty is literally cornering Billy, trying to convince him that she has undergone this massive, miraculous rehabilitation and that she is completely changed from her deeply troubled, profoundly chaotic past. Like, girl, be so for real right now. We are talking about Patty Williams, the woman who has literally terrorized this town, worn wedding dresses in the most unhinged contexts, and caused generational trauma across multiple families. And she thinks she can just bat her eyelashes and convince Billy Abbott, the literal king of messing up and seeing through other people's messes, that she is suddenly a saint. Billy's reaction was everything. He was looking at her like she had 3 heads, and I was screaming at my screen. He did not buy a single word falling out of her mouth, and honestly, we love a self-aware king who refuses to be gaslit by local menaces. Then, as if the fake redemption arc wasn't enough, Patty has the absolute unmitigated gall to start dragging Diane Jenkins Abbott. I am actually ascending into the stratosphere right now. Patty is standing there looking Billy dead in the eye and claiming that Diane has never, ever been worthy of Jack Abbott. Hot take, but I am actually howling at the hypocrisy. Diane might be a controversial queen, and yes, she has faked her own death and done some deeply questionable things, but she is currently holding down the Abbott mansion like a boss. Patty actually believes that she is the superior choice for Jack. She is literally plotting to win back Jack's affection, living in this complete delusion that actually, you know what, part of me low-key respects the absolute unhinged hustle, but no, she is completely out of her mind. She actually expects Billy to go to Jack and put in a good word for her. The delusion is not just a river in Egypt, besties. It is a whole ocean in Patty's mind. Yet Billy is not the one to play with. He quickly clocked the manipulation. You could literally see the gears turning in his head as he realized Patty wasn't just rambling. She was actively trying to use him as a pawn in her twisted little chess game to get back into the Abbott family's good graces. Billy completely shut her down, and I was cheering. He remained totally unswayed, refusing to be her flying monkey. But then, and this is the part that literally had me falling out of my chair, Patty has a surprise meeting. And who is she meeting? Matt Clark. Yes, you heard me. Matt freaking Clark. Is it just me? Or did they completely fumble the bag on reality here? Or are we just embracing the supernatural soap opera resurrections? Matt Clark, the ultimate villain, the man who tormented Nick and Sharon, who literally framed Nick for murder, is suddenly back in the mix and crossing paths with Patty Williams. The mysterious and deeply sinister developments this is about to open up have me clutching my pearls. A Patty and Matt alliance is literally the stuff of nightmares. Wait, I'm literally yapping right now. I just went down a total rabbit hole thinking about the 90s and early 2000s era of Matt Clark's reign of terror, remembering the absolute chokehold that storyline had on my entire life when I was supposed to be doing middle school homework. The way he manipulated everyone, the sheer psychological warfare. Okay, let's get back to the actual tea, because the emotional whiplash of this episode is taking me out. Switching gears, we have to talk about the Newman family, because the current storyline is breaking my heart into a million tiny, irreparable pieces. Nick Newman, the golden boy of Genoa City, the man who is supposed to have it all together, is currently fighting for his literal life against a fentanyl addiction. Besties, this is so dark and so real. I am genuinely weeping for him. Nick is standing at this utterly devastating crossroads, facing the most agonizing choice. Does he surrender to the overwhelming, all-consuming temptation of the pills, or does he continue walking down this excruciatingly painful road of withdrawal and rehab? The sheer physical and psychological torment they are putting him through on screen is visceral. You can see the sweat dripping down his face, the absolute desperation in his shaking hands, the complete terror in his eyes as he stares at a tiny little pill that holds the power to destroy his entire empire. Nick has always been the one the family relied on, the anchor amidst Victor's chaotic machinations, and seeing him reduced to this level of vulnerability is high-key traumatic for those of us who have watched him grow up on this show. Mainly the ripple effects of Nick's addiction are tearing his family apart, which brings us to the most emotionally devastating scene of the entire week. Nikki Newman, who is basically the matriarch of all our hearts, is carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. She finally breaks down and has this deeply serious, incredibly raw conversation with Jack Abbott. Nikki is forced to confess the truth about Nick's fentanyl addiction to Jack. And you guys, the acting in this scene, give them all the Emmys right now. Nikki's voice was shaking, her walls were completely down, and she was just a terrified mother desperate to save her son from a monster she knows all too well. And Jack's reaction is what makes this show a masterpiece when it actually tries. Jack didn't judge. He didn't use this as ammunition in the endless Newman-Abbott corporate wars. Instead, Jack offered pure, unadulterated empathy, because Jack knows exactly what it feels like to be completely consumed by an insatiable craving. He remembers the darkness of his own pill addiction, the lies he told his family, the way the addiction completely hijacks your brain chemistry and turns you into a monster you don't even recognize in the mirror. Jack, looking at Nikki with such profound understanding, validating her deepest fears and showing genuine, unfiltered compassion for Nick's struggle, was literally the most beautiful, healing moment of television. It was a reminder of their deeply complicated, historically rich connection. They have been lovers, enemies, friends, and confidants, and in this moment they were just two parents terrified of the monster of addiction. I was literally sobbing into my pillow. Totally pivoting now because my emotions are basically a buffering wheel and I need a palate cleanser before I dehydrate from crying. Let us talk about the absolute chokehold that Kane Ashby and Lily Winters have on me right now. Lane is back, besties. The relationship between Kane and Lily is progressing so incredibly strongly, and my shipper heart is literally doing backflips in my chest. After all the intense trauma, the devastating lies, the faked deaths, the twin drama, the Australian accent swooning, and the years of being pulled apart by the universe, we are finally getting the fiercely loyal, hopelessly devoted Kane back. But of course, because this is Genoa City, it cannot just be simple. There has to be massive, high-stakes drama attached to their love story. So Malcolm Winters needs a bone marrow transplant, which is already stressful enough. The plan was always for this massive medical procedure to happen in New York. But here is the kicker. Kane is currently out on bail. If he leaves the state of Wisconsin to go to New York, he is actively violating the strict conditions of his bail. He is literally risking being thrown right back into a concrete cell. But does Kane care? Absolutely not. Kane is ready and willing to completely torch his own freedom, violate his bail, and risk everything just to be by Lily's side in New York to support her through Malcolm's surgery. He looked at her with those intense eyes and basically said, "I don't care about jail, I care about you." I am screaming. The romance, the devotion, the absolute sheer stupidity of it, but also the romance. Now, Dr. Stephanie Simmons, who is honestly trying to be the voice of reason in a town full of unhinged romantics, has officially given the green light for the bone marrow donation to happen right here in Genoa City. She practically begged them to just do it locally so Kane doesn't have to become a literal fugitive from justice. It makes perfect logical sense. Do it in GC, keep Kane out of prison, save Malcolm, boom, everyone wins. But Lily is terrified. She is holding on to this deeply ingrained anxiety that if they change the plan now, something catastrophic will happen to Malcolm. She just feels so much safer, so much more secure if everything proceeds in New York exactly as originally planned. And this is where Kane proves that he is the ultimate top-tier soap opera husband material. Even though the logical safe option is literally sitting right in front of them in Genoa City, Kane refuses to invalidate Lily's feelings. He sees how scared she is. He sees that she needs the security of the New York hospital. So he accepts the massive risk. He is willing to jeopardize his entire future, his freedom and his life, purely because his love for Lily is that deep and that profound. He is putting her emotional peace of mind above his own legal safety. Is it a terrible legal strategy? Yes. I mean, he is an absolute idiot for doing this. Like, what is he thinking? Wait, no, actually, I don't care. It is the most swoon-worthy, heart-melting thing I have ever witnessed on my screen, and I will defend his criminal actions to the grave. The way they are setting this up, we are absolutely barreling toward a massive, incredibly sweet romantic moment between these two. The tension, the shared sacrifice, the profound emotional connection, it is all building up to what I am predicting will be a full-blown romantic reunion. Kane and Lily are finding their way back to each other in the midst of this chaotic medical crisis, and I am here for every single second of it. The writers are finally giving us the Lane content we have been starving for, and I am low-key ready to plan their next vow renewal. Honestly, besties, this entire week of episodes has completely rewired my brain chemistry. From Patty's unhinged delusions of grandeur and her terrifying alliance with the ghost of Matt Clark, to Nick's absolutely gut-wrenching battle with fentanyl, to the beautiful empathy between Jack and Nikki, and finally, to Kane risking literal prison time for the love of Lily, I am emotionally exhausted. The stakes have never been higher. The drama is piping hot, and I am going to need at least 3 business days to recover from this. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you are also spiraling, and let me know if you think Kane is actually going to end up in handcuffs in New York. I love you guys so much. Stay chaotic, and I will see you in the next breakdown.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.